Hello my beautiful beauties, it's your girl ExquisitelyRay, aka Ray Monique, coming back at you with another video. Please excuse my lighting. I use natural light as of right now and the light is going in and out. It's kind of like a semi-gloomy day today, so I'm so sorry. I apologize in advance. If you have not already done so, I don't know why, but if you haven't already done so, you might as well just go ahead and click that subscribe button, because I am going to be bringing you great content every week. Not every other week, every week. Well, I'm trying to bring you great content every week, so subscribe. Come talk to me, sit with me. I wanted to talk to you about something I've been dealing with for the past few years because I'm single, and that is online dating. I hate dating, period. So dating online is even worse. I mean, back in the day when you're in school, you see a guy, he see you, you guys are able to see each other every day, interact and get to know one another on a daily basis, right? You're not scared. There's no wondering of how his personality is, and it's cool. And not just in school, you can meet him at church or at work, and in those environments you feel safe. You get to know the person on a regular basis, so you feel very comfortable with that person and their personality. You're able to, you know, interact, talk, socialize, find out early on whether or not they're able to hold an intelligent conversation, what their mannerisms are, you know, how they dress, all of that good stuff that you're not able to find out while just browsing the internet and looking at a profile. I was very reluctant to start a profile and start online dating, but I haven't been having the best of luck in the love department, so I needed a little help, and I chose to try online dating. Now, I tried online dating a few years ago. It did not work out. Some scary people out there in this world, you guys. Scary people. But I thought, again, because I keep seeing these doggone commercials over and over and over again, these online dating, I'm like, okay, I'll give it another try. And then you also hear the stories of people finding love and able to successfully find the love of their life online. It's like, why not me? So I thought I'd give it a chance. I'm not the party girl type. I've never been. I don't like hang out or go out a lot. So, you know, my work is pretty much my life. And even though in my industry, I do come across a lot of people, but it's not really the type of environment that you really are looking to meet someone, if you know what I mean. So I don't. Trust me, I'm around a lot of people all the time, but like I said, it's not really the typical environment that you would choose to like meet someone. And I mean, I just figured, let me just go ahead and give online dating another try. And I did recently. I gave it another try for 3 months, and let me tell you, it was not the greatest experience. I know, at least for me, once I meet a person, I know within the first few seconds of meeting the person whether or not I'm going to be able to vibe or connect, or even if there's an attraction. And if there's not an attraction, like an instant attraction for me, I'm like, I'm gone. I'm like out. Like, I'm not even there. Now, on one site, I'm just gonna say it, Black People Meet. I got on Black People Meet, and I was expecting and hoping to meet me a black person. But I was getting hit up by a lot of non-black people. And I was like kind of confused, because I'm like, obviously I'm on Black People Meet to meet a black person. So, you know, no offense to you guys that's hitting me up, thank you so much, appreciate it, but I'm really interested in meeting a black person. But that site I found to be more of like a social site. It wasn't the type of site that you can really meet someone that you would fall in love with and get married and all that stuff. It was more like social, like, hey, what's up, you know. It was kind of like Tinder. I've tried Tinder before too. Met a lot of people, don't get me wrong, met a lot of people on Black People Meet, met a lot of people on Tinder, but again, both of those sites are more like social sites, like hookup sites. To me, that's what I thought. That's what I got out of it. If I wasn't getting hit on by a non-black person or by older people that were not in my age range, they were still hitting me up. Like, I'm like, dude, I have an age range like for a reason. And I had this long, my profile, my description, or whatever it is, I give a detailed description of what I'm looking for. Detailed to a T. I'm looking for someone that's local. I am in California, Southern California. So if you're not in Southern California, you need not apply unless you're gonna plan on moving here to date me, or you're gonna come here every weekend to date me and then eventually move here, because I'm not moving. I'm not going anywhere. This is where my business is and this is where my family is. I'm not going anywhere. Sorry. So if you're not going to do that or planning to do that, then don't apply, and don't get offended or get upset. That's just my thing. That's just my preference. I mean, there's plenty other fish in the sea, but for me, that's my preference. Yet and still, I still was getting guys that were from different states trying to holler at me, and I'm just like, really? Now I was really specific, but I was still nice, still cordial, whatever. But again, Tinder and Black People Meet was just not for me. I got a lot of pretty much, it was like social. It wasn't somewhere that I would think to meet someone that I would marry in the future. So I tried another site, which was my final site to try. And I've tried it once before, or twice before. Maybe once before, I think. And it was pretty scary. I went on a couple of dates and the guys were nothing like their picture. Don't get me wrong. I know that a picture is just a picture. It's just a moment in time that was captured. I get it. And I know that that picture does not capture, or is not able to always capture, that person's personality or anything like that. You cannot learn anyone's personality by just looking at a picture. Nah, you can't. I understand that. I get it. But these people was nothing like their pictures. It was just like, oh my gosh. It wasn't like a catfish situation, because you could tell they were who they were in the picture. You could tell, but they were having a good day or something. I don't know. When those pictures were taken, I don't know. So of course, needless to say, when I met them, I was just like so disappointed. And the first time I tried Match, I was so disappointed at the end of it all, to the point where I even went back into the hole. And the hole is what I call going back to my ex. Went back into the hole, text my ex and was like, I miss you. And I ended up right back into that doggone situation with him, which was unhealthy. But this go round, I decided I was going to give it one last try. And I'm like, if it's meant to be, God is going to put the right man in my path on that site, and we're going to meet, we're going to hit it off, and it's going to be like, oh my gosh, I got the man of my dreams, my best friend for life, yay. It didn't happen that way. I just ended it just this past weekend. I just ended my 3-month trial thingy that I did, and it did not work out that way. I met 2 guys only from the site. I got a lot of messages. I get a lot of messages, but a lot of them are, again, older non-Black men, or older Black men, or young, very young Black men, which I don't mind, but not really interested in either. That's another story. I tried that too. It's another story. Didn't work out. Or guys that I just was not interested in. I do have a height preference because I'm 5'8", and don't get me wrong, I know that limiting myself is not good. I get it, but that's just my preference. I'm really not attracted to guys that are the same height or shorter than me. I'm just not. At any rate, my dream man, the man that I really desire, is tall. You know, I prefer someone that's at least 6 feet and above, but 6'2" and above is really what I prefer, because like I said, I'm tall. I'm 5'8", and when I wear heels, I'm even taller, and I like to be, you know, the woman, the lady in the relationship, and that man is still, you know, he's taller than me, he's, you know, I don't know, it's just a woman thing, I don't know. Like I said, this last go round, I met 2 guys from the site that I actually went on a date with. The first guy, what can I say about the first guy? Well, I'll just say, I'm just gonna try to be nice. The first guy that I met up with, I met him at a restaurant that I chose because I figured, hey, if the date doesn't go well, then, you know, at least I get a great meal out of it. So that was my way of thinking. So I met him at this restaurant. I was really excited about the restaurant itself, not really the date, but the restaurant. And hoping for the best. I really was hoping for the best, but if not, I was about to feel good, or my tummy was about to feel good, because I was about to eat well. That's what I was thinking. So I walk in, and instantly, when I see the guy, instantly I'm like, no. Don't get me wrong, he was cute, just not my type at all. He was, I want a manly man. I want a man that I know that I'm not gonna run over. I know that, first of all, that I'm not bigger than. I'm not no thick female. I'm small. I'm not, you know, huge. I mean, I'm working on my body and everything, but I'm not big at all. And this guy, I felt bigger than him. I felt taller than him. I had heels on, and I don't know how tall he is. I think he was like 5'10", 5'11", had to be, because with my heels, I was taller than him. And I was just like, okay. Second, he was more, I hate to say this, but he was more dainty and feminine than I am. And that was a complete turn off. I literally was sitting there thinking like I was in the Twilight Zone. Like, are you kidding me? Like, did he really just set up a date with me just to have a girlfriend like talk, one-on-one talk? Like, what's going on? What is going on? And mind you, we were just sitting there waiting for the table, and I'm sitting there looking at my watch like, oh my gosh, for reals, are you kidding me? And I was just thinking, okay, I'm just gonna get me some great food in a minute. Don't worry, don't fret, just, you know, just bear through this. It'll be over soon and you'll have some great food to take home. I'm sorry to that guy if he ever watches this video. You're really sweet and nice, but he absolutely knew that there was no chemistry between us, because I never heard from him again either after the date, which was great for me. I didn't have to turn him down or anything like that. I'm not really good at that either. I hate hurting people's feelings. I'm not a heartbreaker, not at all. Like I said, I really think that he, I don't know, confused, or I don't know. But yeah, it was like me and another, it felt like 2 girlfriends talking. That's what it felt like. But then when my food came, I was just all about my food. Oh, let me tell you this too. I ordered an appetizer, and when my appetizer came, usually if I'm with somebody, they ask me, hey, can I try it too? Oh, that's not, no problem, whatever. My appetizer came, dude just went in. I was like, I mean, dude literally just went in and was just grubbing and was like, oh my gosh, this was good. This is a really great choice. And I'm thinking, yeah, that's why I chose it for me. You didn't even ask. Ate a majority of my appetizer. I was so irritated about that. But like I said, I wouldn't have mind if he would have asked. It's just polite to ask, because you didn't order it. I guess he didn't feel the need to ask because he was paying for the food, which is another thing I like to bring up. I offered to pay for my food because I knew that the meal that I chose was a little on the pricey side. So as soon as I ordered it in my appetizer, I turned to him and I said, now, once the waiter had left, I turned to him and I was just like, you know, I understand that what I've ordered is kind of pricey, so I don't mind paying for my food if that's going to be a problem. I mean, I don't expect you to have to pay for my food and we just met or anything like that. And you know, Next thing I know, I'm giving this long speech. It was so long that our food finally came, and he was still giving me, and I'm thinking, when the food finally came and I was prepping my food, I just looked up at him and I said, okay, am I paying for my food or what? I mean, that's just the bottom line. You know, just what is your point? Like, get to the point. And he was like, oh no, I'm gonna pay. I wouldn't have invited you and not pay. I don't feel. I'm like, okay, just like, dude. Again, he was a sweet guy, but just was not, we were not compatible at all. Like I said, it just felt like two girlfriends talking back and forth, if you know what I mean. So date number 2, I was a little excited about, just a little bit, but I knew not to get too excited. Saw his profile and I was just like, wasn't attracted to him right away. I really wasn't, and that's being honest. I just thought, again, you can't go based on the picture. Let's meet the guy and then let's see. Let's give it a chance and see where it goes. You may never know. It could be the man of your dreams. You don't know. So that's what I was thinking. And when we talked on the phone, it was a great conversation. So he asked me to go on a date with him that night, and I was just like, okay. I mean, I had nothing else to do, so why not? So whatever. We met at a restaurant, and again, instantly when I walked in, nothing. There was nothing, and I just was in my head like, oh no, just a little disappointed, because I was like, no, there's no attraction, there was no chemistry. And again, I know instantly, I do. I mean, I know there's times, and I understand that there's times where you need time to get to know the person in order to maybe build something, because that's what happened in my last relationship. I wasn't attracted to him right away at all, not even a little bit, but over time I kind of fell for him. I kind of fell in love with him, and his personality was really his personality. His intelligence was extremely attractive to me, and that's how that relationship started. But with this date, again, very nice guy, but his appearance was something that I wasn't attracted to, which I couldn't help, because I really wanted to be. Oh God, this one hair is driving me nuts. And of course, I really wanted to be attracted to him. I mean, that would make my life a lot easier, at least my love life. I mean, I wouldn't have the struggle of feeling alone and not, you know, having a mate. I would finally have someone, but I wasn't attracted to him, and he was a really nice guy. And it was a really pleasant date. We vibed off of growing up in the 90s, and I love the 90s. I miss the 90s, and that's pretty much was our conversation. So it wasn't a bad date. It was actually a pretty cool date, but it seemed like we were just like old friends talking. That's what it felt like. It wasn't like a love connection. There was no love connection, at least not on my part. And I know that he was hopeful that it was, because he was just so excited about us in this great first date. It was very difficult for me to have to turn him down for that second date, because I didn't want it to be awkward for me, and then too, I didn't want him to go out of his way to try to show me a great time, and I already knew that I was not feeling him on that level. And yeah, so he took it really well though. He was a really great trooper. I don't know, y'all. I'm sure there are some nice people out there. I'm sure there's some great people online that's trying to find love, but I just was not lucky enough to do it. I didn't find the man of my dreams. No, not online. I'm hoping that he will come someday. You know, people are always telling me, Ray, you don't get out, you don't go out, how are you going to be found? They're not going to come knocking on your door. And what I have to say to those people is, I'm out all the time. I go to the grocery store, I go to the bank, I go to the gas station. I'm out all the time. I mean, what are you talking about? A lot of times people meet in the craziest weird places. You don't hear a lot of people saying, yeah, I met my soulmate in the club. I don't need to go to the club. Maybe you guys have had better success than me with dating online. I am very curious to find out where you met your significant other. Please leave me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know where you met your loved one, where, like they passed away, where you met your significant other. That would be great to know. I want to know. I want to know. Did you meet him in a club? I need to know, because I just need to just kill that whole theory that you need to be out in the club to meet somebody. I don't do the club. I'm hoping to run into my soulmate in the most random place. That's what I'm hoping. I'm out enough. Believe me, I'm out enough to be able to meet somebody somewhere. And I'm hoping that the right man comes to me really soon. But online dating is not for Ray. It's not for me. So send me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know where you met your soulmate. And let me know whether or not you like this video. And if you want to see more videos like this in my crazy loveless life. Because that's what it is. Loveless. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like it. Give it thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. It's free, people. Subscribe. You can see more of me. Who wouldn't want to see more of this face? Thank you for watching, my beautiful beauties, and until the next video, I'll be seeing you. Bye. Why I'm having such a hard time. This love situation thingy making sense. I thought it would be easier if I would have known it was gonna be this doggone hard. I would have got with somebody in high school and stayed with them. Groomed them. If I would have known it was gonna be this hard.